Welcome back. Today, we're going way back to explore the legendary U.S. $1 coins from the 1800s and beyond. From the majestic flowing hair and Morgan dollars to the Peace and Eisenhower series, these coins carry the weight of American history, and some are worth a small fortune. Let's dig into the designs, key dates, and rare finds that make the U.S. dollar coin a true collector's dream. 1797, 1801, John Adams $1 coin. Now hold on tight, because this coin is more than just a tribute to America's second president. It's a time machine, a gateway to the earliest days of the United States, when the ink on the Constitution was barely dry and the country was just finding its footing. And here we have John Adams, captured forever on the face of a glimmering golden dollar coin. It's circulated, yes, but that only adds to its mystique. Every nick, every edge worn smooth, whispers stories from pockets and palms across the country. But wait, before you overlook this as a common coin, prepare for a twist that might just make your jaw drop. This presidential $1 coin was issued in 2007 as part of the historic series honoring each U.S. president in the order they served. And John Adams, being second only to George Washington, was one of the earliest releases. That alone already gives it collector appeal. But there's more. So much more. Let's talk about the design. On the obverse, you will see the stern and scholarly face of Adams himself. The words John Adams, second president, and the years 1797, 1801 are etched cleanly in bold, raised lettering. This man was a titan of American independence, a brilliant legal mind, and the voice that once thundered in the Continental Congress. Owning this coin? It's like owning a slice of revolutionary spirit. Flip it to the reverse, and there she is, Lady Liberty, lifting her torch skyward in a design that screams freedom. The inscriptions read, United States of America, and $1. But the real intrigue? It's hidden on the edge of the coin. Unlike most coins, the presidential $1 series features edge lettering, where details like the year of minting, the mint mark, and the mottos E pluribus unum and In God We Trust are carefully inscribed. But here's where things get wild. Some of these coins were mistakenly released without any edge lettering at all. No date, no mint mark, no inscriptions, nothing. These rare, godless dollars, as they've come to be known, are highly sought after and can command mind-blowing prices. One certified John Adams dollar missing all edge inscriptions sold for over $3,000 at auction. That's right, $3,000 for a single dollar coin. Even crazier? Some coins have double-edged lettering, where the inscriptions were mistakenly applied twice. Imagine the rarity and the value of a coin that has the date and mottos etched over themselves. Collectors have paid $500 to $2,500 for examples in good condition. Some coins even show partial inscriptions or edge lettering upside down. Another oddity that can turn a circulated coin into a serious payday. And don't forget the off-center strikes and planche errors. We're talking coins that came out slightly misaligned or struck on the wrong blank. These errors are rare, random, and worth hundreds to thousands depending on severity. Even in circulated condition, a John Adams dollar with a major error could be worth $2,000 or more with the right buyer and certification. Now let's talk value even without errors. A clean, well-preserved John Adams dollar in uncirculated condition can be worth $15 to $30, sometimes more if graded MS-65 or higher. And if it's part of a complete set or still in mint packaging, that can raise the total value fast. Even in circulated condition like the one we're looking at now, It's still a key piece for collectors trying to complete the presidential series, and that demand drives value higher than face. Collectors also love this coin for its place in history. John Adams wasn't just the second president. He was a revolutionary thinker, a fierce defender of independence, and the father of the Adams political dynasty. His legacy influenced everything from foreign diplomacy to the foundation of American law. To have his face on a coin, it's not just symbolic, it's essential. So if you have this coin, even in a circulated state, don't let it go lightly. Take a close look at that edge. Check for those lettering anomalies. If you spot a blank edge, or a doubling of letters, or anything just a little bit off, you might be holding a hidden treasure. These coins often slip under the radar, passed from hand to hand like ordinary pocket change, until someone really looks. And who knows? The very coin you're holding could be one of those rare mistakes, those once-in-a-decade mint misfires that turn $1 into 1,000, or 2, or more. 1881 James Garfield $1 coin. Let's take a moment to really appreciate this one, because what you're looking at isn't just a coin, it's a time capsule, a tribute to one of America's most tragic and remarkable presidents. This golden presidential dollar, in good condition, carries with it a heavy legacy and a collector's thrill that can't be overstated. The James A. Garfield $1 coin was minted in 2011, part of the United States Mint's presidential $1 coin program. And while many people have held one without thinking twice, few realize the story and value hiding behind this modest dollar. Let's start with the design. The obverse of the coin features a finely sculpted portrait of Garfield himself. Stern, thoughtful, full beard flowing like a statesman from a time long gone. His name arches over the top in raised letters, James A. Garfield. Just beneath that noble gaze are the words 20th President, and the single year he served, 1881. Yes, Garfield served for just a few short months before his life was cruelly cut short by an assassin's bullet, making his presidency one of the shortest and most haunting in U.S. history. That alone makes this coin significant. On the reverse, as with all presidential $1 coins, you see the Statue of Liberty, torch raised high, a beacon of hope and freedom. The words United States of America and the denomination 1 encircle Lady Liberty like a promise. But what sets these coins apart isn't just their front or back. It's the edge. That's right. The edge lettering on this series includes the year of minting, the mint mark, and the mottos E pluribus unum and In God We Trust. But here's where things get interesting. Like other coins in the presidential series, the Garfield dollar is known to have errors, and some of those can launch its value into the stratosphere. One of the most famous errors is the missing edge lettering. That's when the coin is struck without any of those inscriptions on the side. No date, no mint mark, no motto. It looks like an ordinary coin, until you realize that rare blank edge can make it worth hundreds, sometimes over $100-200, depending on grade and certification. These are called godless dollars, and they're some of the most sought-after mistakes in the entire series. Now picture this. You've got a Garfield dollar in good condition. No major wear. Now imagine it's a rare blank edge error. Suddenly, you're not holding a dollar. You're holding a treasure. And that's not even the only possible error. There are also double-edged lettering errors, where the inscriptions were pressed twice into the side of the coin, resulting in overlapping words or upside-down letters. These quirky anomalies can push values well past $500 to $800 or more, especially if professionally graded. And that's not all. Some Garfield dollars were discovered with off-center strikes or planche defects, where the coin blank itself was, flawed before it was stamped. These kinds of mistakes are gold mines for collectors. We're talking values that can soar into the 2,000 pluses range depending on rarity and demand. Even without errors, a James Garfield dollar in uncirculated condition or graded MS 65 or higher can fetch $15 to $30 from eager collectors wanting to complete their presidential coin set. Coins from special mint sets or rolls sealed in original packaging may bring even more. And remember, Garfield's presidency was so short and unique that this coin carries extra historical significance. That makes it a must-have in any serious presidential series. Think about the journey this coin has taken. Minted in 2011, but honoring a man from 1881, a president whose term was cut short before he had a chance to make his full mark. A brilliant scholar, a Civil War general, a man beloved by the people. His legacy now lives on in the palm of your hand. And every time someone realizes what they're really holding, there's that moment, the wow moment, where history and value collide. So if you're holding this coin, look closer. Check the edge. Check the alignment. See if anything looks even slightly unusual. Because that tiny golden coin might be hiding a very big secret. And a very big payday. And just when you think you've seen it all, wait until you see the next coin in this lineup. Because if you thought Garfield's story was intense, what's coming next will make your pulse race. History, mystery, and money. This is just the beginning. 1850 to 1853 Millard Fillmore $1 coin. Now, take a breath, because the coin you're about to hear about is one that carries more weight than most people realize. This isn't just a dollar. This is a time-traveling tribute to one of America's most overlooked yet profoundly pivotal presidents. The Millard Fillmore Presidential $1 coin, released in 2010, is more than a golden token. It's a piece of a story, a piece of history, and in some cases, a piece of fortune. Let's start with the design. The front side, or the obverse, features a strong, almost solemn profile of President Fillmore. His face looks forward with dignity and seriousness, eyes sharp, jaw set, as if bearing the weight of an era in American history that was boiling with conflict and change. The raised inscriptions arc around the portrait, clearly stating Millard Fillmore, along with 13th President and the years he served. 1850, 1853. His presidency may have only lasted 3 years, but it sat right on the edge of the American Civil War, a time when every decision weighed heavy and every action shaped the future. On the reverse, as with all presidential dollar coins, you get the shining torch of freedom, the Statue of Liberty, in her full glory. Powerful, towering. The words, United States of America, and the denomination 1 wrap around the edge. But what most people miss, especially if they just toss it in a drawer, is the real treasure. It's in the details. Because this coin, my friend, has secrets. The presidential dollar coins from this era have something unique. Edge inscriptions. That's right. Instead of mint marks and dates stamped plainly on the face like most other coins, these features were struck into the rim. And this is where things get shocking. Imagine this. You're holding a 2010 Millard Fillmore dollar. Looks ordinary. But then you turn it to its edge, and something's wrong. Maybe the inscription is missing altogether. That's what collectors call a godless dollar. These were major minting errors where the coin came out without the usual edge markings. No "In God We Trust," no year, no mint mark, no motto, just a smooth, clean edge. And that single flaw? That turns your $1 coin into a $750 to $1,300 collectible, depending on condition and grade. Some have even sold for more in auctions, but that's not the only jackpot scenario. There are also double-edged lettering errors, where the coin gets the inscription struck twice, often off-center or overlapping. One version shows the lettering upside down and doubled. These are worth hundreds, $300 to $800 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is and the coin's condition. Another rare find is a partial edge lettering error, where some of the edge wording is missing or only partially struck. These strange misprints drive collectors wild because each one is essentially unique. If certified by a major coin grading service like NGC or PCGS, these can push the value up well into the $1,000+ range. Even without errors, a Millard Fillmore, dollar in brilliant uncirculated condition, especially one straight from a mint roll or special proof set, can bring in $10 to $25 easily. A high-grade MS-67 or MS-68 version can double that value. And here's the thing, many people don't even know they have one. These coins often get spent or tossed in a drawer, totally unrecognized for the tiny gold nuggets they really are. And why does it matter? Because this isn't just about money. It's about history. Millard Fillmore was the last Whig president, a man caught in the middle of a nation dividing itself. He signed the Compromise of 1850, tried to hold the Union together, and witnessed the chaos and conflict that would explode into civil war just years later. His time in office was short, but the echoes of his decisions are still felt today. So here you are, holding a coin that looks simple, but it holds the weight of war, of politics, of turning points. And if it happens to carry one of those rare, minting flaws, you could be sitting on hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A plain-looking piece of metal that just might change your day or your bank account. And just when you think the surprises stop there, think again. Because what's coming next? Let's just say, the value might leave you speechless. You won't believe the stories these coins still have to tell. And if Millard Fillmore's golden dollar caught you by surprise, you better buckle up for what's next. 2000 D Sacagawea, $1 coin, condition scratched. Now, don't let a few scratches fool you. This coin holds more secrets and surprises than most people could ever imagine. At first glance, it may seem like just another golden dollar coin from the turn of the millennium, but when you dig deeper into its story, its history, its design, and its shocking market potential, it becomes something far more fascinating than most pocket change ever dares to be. Let's go back to the year 2000. The U.S. Mint had a mission. They needed to replace the widely unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar coin, which had confused too many people due to its small size and similarity to a quarter. What they unveiled instead was groundbreaking. A golden dollar coin, not made of gold, but a warm golden hue thanks to a mix of manganese brass, that was unlike anything else in American pockets. The coin featured the brave and resilient Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who played a pivotal role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. But what truly sets this coin apart isn't just the design, it's the timing. Released at the dawn of the new millennium, the 2000 D Sacagawea dollar is a symbol of America entering a new chapter. It was minted at the Denver Mint, and over 500 million of these coins were struck. So at first, it might seem like they're not rare. But here's the twist. Not all 2000 D Sacagawea dollars are created equal. Some of them, just a tiny handful, made history for reasons no one expected. Incredibly rare Cheerios dollars were among the first coins ever distributed, included in promotional boxes of Cheerios cereal. These early strike coins had a different eagle tail feather design, and they now sell for as much as $5,000 to $12,000 if found in uncirculated condition. Can you imagine? A coin from a cereal box turning into 5 figures. Now, yours is a 2000 Hollands D with visible scratches, clearly circulated. That lowers the chance of it being a pristine Cheerios variant. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some 2000D Sacagawea dollars have shown up with bizarre, shocking mint errors, and these can push values into jaw-dropping territory. Imagine this: a 2000D Sacagawea dollar accidentally struck on a Susan B. Anthony planchet, a crossover error. That mistake? It sold for $16,450 at auction. Another error where the coin was struck on a quarter planchet? That one went for $7,200 even. With scratches, if your coin happens to show evidence of a wrong metal composition, doubled dies, die clashes, or off-center strikes. Suddenly, the value isn't limited to just a few bucks. It can explode. And what's shocking is how many of these mint errors weren't discovered until years later. People kept these coins in drawers, jars, and collections, unaware they held something extraordinary. So here's what you want to look for. Check for signs of doubling on Sacagawea's eyes, the lettering around the edge, or the feathers of the soaring eagle on the reverse. Examine the rim. Does it look off? Thin in spots? Look for missing or doubled lettering on the words Liberty or United States of America. These could all be red flags, or rather, green lights for collectors. Even scratched, a Sacagawea dollar with a major mint error can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And sometimes it's the very damage or irregularity that makes collectors look twice. Many mistake valuable errors for simple wear and tear. Let's talk about the design for a moment. Glenna Goodacre's portrait of Sacagawea, carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, has become one of the most iconic images in U.S. coinage. It was soft, dignified, proud, and long overdue in celebrating an indigenous woman who shaped the course of American history. That design is still praised today and adds to the emotional and historical weight of each coin, especially for older collectors who value both history and art. So, what could your scratched 2000D Sacagawea dollar be worth? If it's a standard circulated version, it might fetch around $1.50 to $3 from a casual collector or coin shop. But if there's even a hint of a rare mint error, a pattern anomaly, or a misstruck detail, well, that changes everything. Anyutitu might be looking at a coin worth hundreds, or possibly more. Here's the real kicker. So many of these coins are hiding in plain sight, in jars, in drawers, in shoeboxes, just waiting to be discovered. And yours could be one of them. So keep those eyes sharp. Take a magnifying glass to it, because the coin you thought was ordinary might just have a story and a value that leaves you speechless. And coming up next, the mystery deepens. Our next coin has a reputation for surprising even the most seasoned collectors. Stay right here. You're not going to want to miss this.